Hello there. It's the Pigskin preview presented by BetMGM. I'm Nick Roush. He's Adam Luckett, and we are looking ahead to this weekend in college football where three SEC top 25 matchups on the slate. We're going to touch on them all. Maybe share a score prediction for Kentucky, Tennessee. A lot on the plate today. But before we get rocking and rolling, I want to just make sure that you all are locked in to BetMGM because here's the thing. If you aren't on there, you're missing out on great tokens. That's what they call them at BetMGM, tokens. Whether it's a boosty, a plus, it goes by many different phrases. But what I like about these, when you're on BetMGM, you'll look up and they'll say, hey, you've got these active promotions. Some of those other places, they'll make you smash a bunch of different buttons and opt in. No. When you go to make your wager, it'll just be right there. It'll say, hey, check out this active promotion. You'll get 20, 25% boosted to it. I like to do it like it to buy points. That's the way I like to roll. Especially, Virginia minus 10.5. I don't really like the half. Maybe just Virginia by 10 against North Carolina. Use the BetMGM odds boost token. Log into your account, receive your token, place a bet on any college football matchup with your activated token. And if your boosted bets hit, you'll score a bigger payout. Claim that today and activate it before placing your bet. They don't have them just on straight bets, too. They got them on parlays as well. So what are you waiting for? Get on BetMGM and make this college football season legendary. Remember, BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, 1-800-3270-5050, 1-800-BETS-OFF, 1-800-981-0023. And remember, if you're using that first bet offer, it's for new customers only, subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Sign up for BetMGM. Use promo code ON3. Get your $1,500 bonus bet offer today with BetMGM. All right, Luckett. I loved last weekend's slate. Went 3-0 in the picks. Got a lot of winners home. As much as I loved last weekend's slate, I hate this weekend's, man. I feel like this weekend, Vegas, it's revenge of the Vegas. Every single line out there that I'm looking at, I'm like, ooh, this looks juicy. And then I go to KS Board and I see one of your trends and it's like, you idiot, don't fall for it. Don't you do it, you dumb idiot. So I'm admittedly not feeling confident, not seeing the board too well entering this week of college football.
That's ironic for you because you're just coming off your best week. And now you're not seeing the board well.
Well, which means that I'm going to keep it rolling is what it means. Now, some of it too is the fishiness with what the hell is going on with this Kentucky-Tennessee line?
Yeah, I think you look at it, Tennessee they're 0 for 4 against the spread in their last 4 games. So they've come short of expectations 4 games in a row. And some of their wins early in the year, specifically the Syracuse win, doesn't look as good now as it probably did in the moment. So, and Tennessee and Arkansas have the 2 worst defenses in the league. Like the defense might be legitimately bad. And so we're starting to find that out. And so they're just a little bit flawed. They're built to win games, 30 in the mid to high 30s. So it's really like it's a bet on for Kentucky. If you think Kentucky's gonna score, then you should bet on them here. I mean, that's the side. So I think that's a lot of probably where that's coming from. Kentucky, too, is good as a home dog, and they're good in these ranked games. I believe it's 7-1-1 against the spread in their last 9 versus ranked opponents. So I think all that kind of adds up to kind of see what you're getting to, but it goes against the historical trends, and we all know the historical trends. I wrote it up, Nick, for a post coming up later this afternoon. Tennessee, the last 25 years, 18-6-1 against the spread in this series. So you bet Tennessee blind every year. You bet all your money
Yep.
that you have on Tennessee, and then you put a little bit away and you keep betting it over and over again, you would have, you might be able to fund the football team at this point.
I think it opened with Tennessee minus 12.5, spent most of the week at 9, and then dipped down to as low as 7.5. So some funny lines out there. I will note too, one other trend. Now this isn't against the spread, but the road on the SEC is tough. Last year, teams were 2-6 on the back end of playing consecutive conference road games. Teams are 0-3 in that scenario this season. That includes Kentucky. They're back-to-backs. Teams playing back-to-back road games this week. A&M, Ole Miss, Mizzou, obviously Tennessee, and Texas, which Texas was one of those that it's one of those where I feel like you'll be hopping on them a week too late. Where, I kind of like Mississippi State, but there's the spidey sense inside of me that's saying, no, you're a week late to the party trying to take them against Cowbell this weekend. So as much as I want that, I can't get there. As for the other ones, Missouri, Vandy, I want nothing to do with that game. Absolutely nothing to do with that. No idea what's going to happen in Nashville on Saturday. Because really nothing would surprise me, Mr. Luckett.
Back to the Kentucky-Tennessee game. You mentioned the back-to-back numbers.
Yeah.
Guess what Tennessee was on in their last 2 times they came to Lexington?
Back-to-back road games.
A back-to-back SEC road trip.
Yeah.
And guess what they did in the first game? They lost. And guess what they did in the second game? And they won. So they've done this before. This is not new territory for them. Yeah, Vanderbilt, I look at it like this. How are you going to bet against Pavia in his home stadium right now? Like, how do you go to the window and do that? And then what was the other one?
The other one's Ole Miss going to Oklahoma, which it's one of those things where I don't think Oklahoma is a better team, but it is on the road, and maybe Ole Miss does turn into a pumpkin and goes back to that firmly in the middle of that second tier in the Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, take out last year because Ole Miss was kind of unique last year, and they had a loss early. But Ole Miss did this in, I believe, 22. It was either 22 or 23, where they got off to this hot start.
Mm-hmm.
They really exceeded expectations, I should say. And then they fell apart down the stretch. It was one year they lost to Mississippi
3 out of 4,
I
think.
Yeah, 3 out of 4. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that's in play, Nick. Oklahoma is the highest ranked team in the latest SP Plus rankings. I don't think anybody really knows that. Yeah, I looked it up today. They are the highest ranked SEC team.
That's crazy. But they don't feel that good though because they're so one-dimensional on offense. And that one-dimensional is John Mateer and his thumb, which we're finding in South Carolina, especially once they lost Dylan Stewart. But
they played a freshman running back last week against South Carolina who ripped off 100 yards. So that could be something.
It's also South Carolina's defense, but
I like the spot for Oklahoma.
Okay. There's another spot too, and I don't know if it's your first pick or not, but hey, we might as well get to it, right? Let's go on. Get to our picks, weekly picks. I went 3-0 last week. Luckett, I don't know how you went last week, but it wasn't as good as me. It can't be as good as me.
1-2.
Ah, shucks. Who you got up first?
We talked about the Kentucky-Tennessee series, how it's just owned by the Vols. There's ghosts in the series. There's another rivalry this weekend where there is dominance and a big brother factor at play. I'm riding the big brother. Kansas State +3 at Kansas. This one, Nick, it's all Purple Cats in this series. Kansas State has won 16 consecutive games against the Jayhawks. They're 11-5 in that against the number during that run. 6-2 ATS in the last 8 in Lawrence. Just don't overthink it here. Take Kansas State in the points.
So I was tempted for This was one of my conflicting wagers. Kansas hasn't been good to me this year, but I was like, it's a big game. They're back at home. SP Plus has Kansas by 8 or 9, and Kansas State has been really bad on the road. But just series history, stay away from me. You could take your Purple Cats, go fighting Avery Johnsons. I'm going to stay away from now. But I am going to stay in the Big 12 for my first pick because I don't know if it's my first pick that I shared. What we got for our first pick? Actually, I got 2 Big 12 picks, so it has to be Big 12. Who did I send first, Peak? Why don't you go ahead and throw that one up there? Yes.
Oh, you totally. How many audibles do you call today?
No, this one was not an audible. I just one of the lines moved. I got some line movement there. Love the spot here. Scott Satterfield is a home favorite. He stinks, right? Cincinnati's coming off of a couple big wins. Baylor can go tit for tat with him. This is going to be an offensive explosion, and as good as Sorsby has been for Cincinnati, I still think Baylor's got the better quarterback. Give me the points on the road at historic Nippert Stadium.
Yeah, fun game. And then you look at Cincinnati's schedule, like they're going to be in it until the end, specifically if they win this game. Like they've got a nice schedule. They've got some big home games. So it's a big game there at Nippert, the biggest game they've had since Fickle left.
It would be a real shame if Scott Satterfield let down his fan base. Never seen that one before. So I like the spot here for Baylor to try to get me back to 500. Luckett, who you got up next?
Yeah, going back to the SEC, going to play an under here. Texas at Mississippi State, under 44.5. Sark is screaming this from the rooftops. He's screaming it from the mountaintops for everyone to hear. You just got to open your ears and listen. They know the offense stinks.
Yep.
But they're not going to try to fix it. They're going to, because they know their defense is awesome. So don't mess it up. So we are going to run, pass, punt. We're going to take care of the football. We are going to win games like some of the Kirby Smart teams we've seen in the past, where it's just slowly kind of squeeze you out on defense, run the ball, win games 20-10. I think that's exactly how this one, Nick, is going to play out. You look at Mississippi State, they've been in a lot of under games. Really, Tennessee's the only kind of game where they've gotten in a shootout. Texas A&M held them under 20 points.
Arizona State.
They were under 20 for most of the game against Southern Miss. Arizona State was like 24.
Yeah.
20 Florida, 23, 21.
I think they only had 17 points. They had 17 points in the first half, didn't do anything in the second until the final play.
So this very much smells like a 24-14 to me. So give me the under in this ball game.
Big Ten West, it's back. It's back, and I like your thinking there, your rationale there. Although we did see Arch light it up against the really, really bad version of Mississippi State a year ago. Would be funny if that was just all right. Arch just plays Mississippi State, and all of a sudden he gets right. He gets going.
But the 2024 Texas offensive line is not walking through that door. Hate to break it to everybody, but I know everyone is just like loving to take a crap on Arch right now. That line stinks. I mean, it stinks right now. It stinks to high heavens. Wisner, Nick, was one of the best backs in the league last year. He can't do anything because the line is that bad. It's just really, really bad. And then instead of really trying to, I think, get aggressive, try to fix the problems, Texas just doesn't want to mess this up. They're just trying to get through these couple weeks, get to the bye, and see what they can figure out. But they are going to play to their strength, which is that defense, and I can't blame them.
I'm going to try to basically fade the emotional win this week. It's kind of what we're looking for, right? BYU coming off of a field storming. They've got the Crumble Cookie CEO in their locker room celebrating a victory over Utah at home where they remain undefeated. They're not necessarily darlings. I think a lot of people are skeptical of what's next. They got to go on the road to Iowa State, a tough place to play where I know Iowa State, they got off to that hot start. They had a bunch of injuries, particularly to their defense, and now they've suffered back-to-back losses. I think this is the ideal opportunity for Matt Campbell to rally the troops, We got a top 15 team coming in, and that isn't the flashiest, I might add. Feels like they get all of their stuff on big plays here and there. So if you eliminate some of the big plays, no, that's not ideal with that secondary. Create some of your own. I'm taking the Cyclones, Iowa State, -2.5 at home against BYU. The favorite team at home against the top 15 ranked team. It's just, I can't, like, general principle play.
Yeah. BYU, like, it's a hangover game.
Yeah.
Iowa State needs a win after dropping some games before their bye week. I like the spot for the Clones there in Ames.
Who you like for your third and final pick? Like, this is one I referred to earlier that I do think the spot is right. But like I've been on LSU. Just I keep waiting for them to turn it on. And are they really going to turn it on now? Texas A&M?
Have you played them at home at night yet?
No, I have not. I'm more so just waiting for them to look like they have a good offense, and maybe A&M's defense isn't. They've been good, not great. But on the other side, Texas A&M hasn't really, like, aside from that Notre Dame win, and I give them credit for it because I think Notre Dame's good, but they won that game because of a botched PAT. So, like, A&M's another team that I'm kind of looking for more for. So maybe you're right, but because it does feel like this is the spot to take LSU.
Backs against the wall at night. A&M's got some cushion here. A&M has struggled in this building. Give me LSU. +2.5. I even like some alt line here.
Ooh.
Like, I think there's a scenario where they win this game by double digits.
Well, -2.5, maybe?
Yeah, or even like a -6.5. You're going to get really good odds with LSU on. I just love the spot here. A&M struggles in this building. Mike Elko's 2-7 against the spread as a road favorite. They're 4-12-2 against the spread on the road since 2021. LSU's 5-1-1 against the spread as a home dog since 21. Brian Kelly in his career 16-6-1 against the spread as a home dog, 3-1 at LSU. So this is just, and the only loss last year was to Bama when they just got boat raced. This is just the spot to me for LSU.
Feels like the right spot. Feels like
I don't love playing the same team 2 weeks in a row, specifically if they lose.
Yeah,
because you don't want to get, hand caught in the cookie jar. If you get bit once, it's their fault. If you get bit twice, it's your fault. But
fool me once, shame on me.
Yes. But like, I just don't overthink this. It's LSU at home with a good team getting points at night. Like,
yeah,
you're not playing Alabama. Don't overthink it.
You know what? You don't have to tell me twice, and that's what I'm doing for my last pick. UMass is the worst team in college football. They stink. They're not good at all. They actually had a chance to win, and then they completely blew it a week ago. In just really catastrophic fashion. So I'm doing the good old-fashioned, let's just fade the worst team in college football. Give me the Fighting Chippewas from Central Michigan and the what was that guy's name? Lefevre? Dan Lefevre? The Fighting Lefevres?
Correct.
Give me Central Michigan and the Chips. Chips up -16.5 against old UMass.
What time is this game?
Ooh, great question. It is at
3:30.
Yep, 3:30.
I'm very much going to enjoy Central Michigan being up 14, middle of the fourth quarter. We're in the press box. Everyone's watching a normal game or talking about this, and Roush is dog cussing Central Michigan. I'm very much ready for that. That will be a highlight of my Saturday.
You know what? Can't wait. That's what we do it for. So we're gonna have a good time. We're trying to find the right spots. I almost did a hold your nose Boston College too. I'm thinking about that one. Louisville coming off the big win, got a night game. They're kind of fiddle-farting around.
I like Louisville as an under team this season, but Boston College is so bad on defense. I just couldn't
Yeah. Yeah, and similarly, they're so bad on offense, I couldn't get there on the over. So, like, it's just, yeah. It feels like sort of that Louisville's not going to put their foot on the gas. So, another one I considered. There was one other, too, that I contemplated, and that was Illinois traveling to Washington, but Brett Bielema has been good on the road.
Yeah, he's a great road dog, and I don't love playing those multiple time zone games very much, especially if it's I want to bet on the road team. So yeah, I consider that one. But yeah, I mean that's about it. We'll have Luckett's locks.
Boom.
Up tomorrow. Last week, Nick, I gave out two live bets. One on Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia at half.
Yep.
And then Oklahoma early. I gave Oklahoma minus 16.5 out, and it won easy. So I'm going to try to do that. If I see some I like, I'm going to post them on the board. But you got to be on the thread to get them. So make sure you're on there. I know a few of you all took those last week, and those all cash for us. So
that's promo code UK1. Get you 2 months of KS board. A lot's happening right now. Basketball season's getting ready to start. That's tipping off Friday night.
Oh, I did want to ask you a question.
Yep.
Wisconsin. Was it plus 38.5?
Yeah.
Like how do you go to the window?
Plus 33.5.
Plus 33. Either or. How do you lay? I guess I've bet against Oregon twice in these situations. Once last year with Illinois, and then this year with Oklahoma State. But it's just insane that they're laying this many points. But then you look at Wisconsin; they can't score. I don't think they scored a touchdown in 3 games.
Yeah, two back-to-back weeks of shutouts. So, I mean, 42-7 still gets you there.
And then Iowa is laying 8.5.
That was
like I was going through my numbers and I was like, oh, I'm betting Iowa for sure. For sure I'm betting them this week. And then I looked at the number. I was thinking like 4.
Yeah.
Or 3.5. And I was like, well, that's a little rich for a total that's in the 30s.
Ooh. It's a stinky week. So you gotta tread lightly.
That's about it. Miami is like I feel like you want to hammer them, but they're bad as a double-digit favorite against Stanford.
A lot of points.
Feels like a good week to fade Arizona State with Houston potentially. I like Colorado potentially as a road dog late in the after dark window. So yeah, it's a unique week. I think we're dealing with some buys, but I think the noon window is actually pretty good. The noon and 3:30 window. So
perfect for us.
Fun lead to the cats involved.
Enjoy a little noon window and then get over to Kroger Field to watch Kentucky, Tennessee. We're not too optimistic. I think Kentucky, as you heard on 11 personnel, is going to score some points. How many, though? Probably not enough to win because that's just how this series goes. Hopefully, Cutter Boley brings some more fireworks to the Wildcats on Saturday. He's Adam Luckett. I'm Nick Roush. This has been the Pigskin Preview presented by BetMGM. Go Cats and go Kroger.